Are you making your makeup routine harder than it needs to be, especially if you're 40, 45, 50, or even older? So many of us are still using a lot of the same products that we did when we were in our 20s or 30s. We're using a lot of the same techniques that we were using in our 20s and in our 30s. And it shows, it really does, because you just can't do the same things. You will find if you are using as many products as a 25-year-old YouTuber shows you in a tutorial that you watch, you'll probably end up looking really heavy, really made up. Your skin will look textured and you'll just end up looking older. And I've really found that when I started simplifying my techniques and when I started taking things out of my makeup routine that I actually really didn't need, my skin looked better. Everything just looked better. My makeup didn't have texture. I looked good close up. Everything should get easier and better as we get older. We have enough to worry about as we get older. Let's simplify the whole makeup deal. So in this video, I'm gonna hopefully inspire you. I'm gonna talk to you about some of the things that I do in my makeup routine to simplify it, to make it easier, to make it go by quicker, but I'm not cutting corners. I'm actually looking better. If you're frustrated, you're watching a lot of YouTube tutorial videos about makeup and I love doing that too, but there are so many people that are showing you like 20 products per application. And it's crazy. It's just too much. So if you want something simple, I'm going to show you everything I do and don't do to just look better and make everything easier. So the first thing that I want to talk about is foundations. I have a couple of tutorials where I have talked about really lightening up on your foundation formulas. That is so important. Anything that says matte or full coverage or long wearing, especially over a certain age, if you want to look really natural, have your skin look even out and polished without looking crazy and covered up, you're going to have to lighten up your formulas. You're going to have to move to formulas like tints. There's so many wonderful facial serums with SPF now that are tinted that do triple, double duty and will still give you like a light to medium coverage. You can use tinted moisturizers. You can use light to medium foundation formulas that are thinner and more viscous and will allow your skin to be shown underneath the formula, but you'll still just even everything out and just look pretty, especially up close. These formulas, they are not going to be 100% full coverage. Every single pimple, sunspot, whatever you have is probably not going to be covered up 100%. But when you get into the territory of medium to full to fuller to fullest coverage and everything is covered up 100%, that's when that texture really starts showing. And as we get older, our pores get larger. We've got fine lines, we've got wrinkles, we've got different things. And you start piling on a thicker formula designed to just completely be opaque and cover everything, you're really going to sacrifice in the way of having it look natural. Two of my favorite foundation formulas that I've shown in a previous video. This one from Illia, this is the Super Skin Tint. It's an SPF of 40, and it's basically like skincare with coverage. I'll go ahead and link the makeup tutorial that I did where I feature this product. It really is a light, like a little bit of a medium coverage, so it does give you some coverage, but you can still see your skin, which is absolutely beautiful. The other one here that I love is the L'Oreal True Match. This is a drugstore formula that has been around forever. They recently reformulated it about a year ago, and it's so thin and lightweight, yet it still does give you a little bit of coverage while allowing your skin to show through the makeup. So you want to find yourself light formulations like this. And actually, when people ask me, a lot of times I tell them clean fingers are some of the best makeup tools around. As long as your fingers are clean and you are just really just working that makeup into the skin, always in an upward motion. You want to apply from the center going out, but that's really going to give you just a really soft effect. You can use a brush, you can use a makeup sponge, whatever you find that works best for you. I will say that if you use a makeup brush, that'll give you the heaviest looking application. And a dampened makeup sponge or your fingers are going to give you the softest, most natural effect. So just keep that in mind. You want to look for things that say dewy. If you're a drier skin type, you want to look for things that say natural finish, satin finish. That's going to be an indication that the formula is probably going to be a little bit lighter and it's going to look more skin like once it dries down. So, another thing I decided to do in my makeup routine, and I actually ended up enjoying the results more, was just eliminating concealer. Eye concealers and face concealers. I do not use a specialized concealing product, whether it's under my eyes or on my face. And the reason for this is because I really felt like no matter what the color, whether it was designed to be corrective or not, like those peach tone concealers they sell for use underneath the eyes for if you have bluish purple discoloration. So whether it was a concealer designed for correction under the eye, the face, whatever, no matter what the brand, what the color, what the formula, it always added texture to my face. Anything that you put under your eyes in layers is going to just really add texture and call to and accentuate those areas that you do not want accentuated. Whenever you are using an additional concealing product on top of a foundation, you might cover what you're looking to cover. It might give you a little bit more of a uniform highlighted look under the eye, or it might completely wipe out a sunspot or whatever you have, but it's inevitably going to be adding unwanted texture no matter what. So what I found to do is really a old school kind of classic Hollywood makeup artist trick. And that is you're using your foundation product all over the face to even out the skin tone. But what you can do is take that exact same product that you used as your initial cover and just spot apply it exactly where you need it. And for example, that L'Oreal True Color Match foundation from the drugstore that I love, it happens to be absolutely fantastic to use under the eye, just a little dot on top of your first application of your makeup, just a little dot, and you just pat and rub it in, and it will go exactly where it needs to go and cover any discoloration you've got under there. It won't completely cover it, but it'll definitely even it out. And you can do that all over the face, whether it's under the eye or anything that you want to cover. Foundation formulas are always going to be more lightweight and more viscous, and they're always going to go on more smooth and just give you a little bit of more polish without the texture of an individual concealer product. So I say just ditch the eye concealers and the face concealers and just try to go in with your foundation underneath the eye or anywhere else on the face that you feel you might need some additional coverage and see how much better that will look, especially close up. You don't have to like worry about shopping for concealers and buying all that. Just try that and see if you don't love the way it looks. Another thing I've really moved away from as I've gotten older is too much eye makeup. What I want to concentrate on is groomed and pretty eyebrows and soft, luscious looking lashes. I have found that I reach for eyeshadows less and less. I just really cannot be bothered. A lot of us are noticing as we get older, our lid space is shrinking a little bit. Maybe our eyes are getting a little bit more hooded and it's a little more tricky with the eyeshadow application. And that all can be true. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that a woman over a certain age cannot wear eyeshadow. She most certainly can. I do, but I approach eyeshadow so much more differently. I'm not using 4 or 5 or 6 different colors on my eyes at a time, contouring here, shading here, doing this, doing that. I have found that just a really simple sweep of just like a wash of color on the upper brow bone of my eye does a lot to open up my eye without having to bother with a whole bunch of eyeshadow. My eyes have gotten a little more hooded as I've gotten older. So a lot of times when I'm putting something on the eyelid, you can't really see it anyway. So what I like to do to lift my eyes up is I just really concentrate on a wash of color just here on my upper eyebrow bone to just open and lift my eye up. And just do it with any color that you really like. I've been really liking a taupey kind of rosy brown with a little bit of shimmer. Find a color that complements your skin tone and your hair color, and just do a light wash of that on the eyelid. Don't do the whole three, four, five eyeshadow colors. It's a waste of time. It closes up our eyelids anyway and just makes us look older. And also, don't be afraid to mix up your formulas. Cream eyeshadow sticks are so easy to use, especially if you get three or four colors that you can play with and use a different color depending on what you're wearing, your mood, if it's night, if it's day. You can get softer, neutral washes of color to use during the day, maybe something a little sparkly for night, but same concept, right? Just apply and with your finger, just blend in a light wash of color on the eye area is going to go so far in making your eyes look just so pretty and just to make them pop. So, obviously, I don't bother with a lot of eyeshadow, but something that I really do find very important in my routine is making sure that my eyebrows are at least groomed. They have to have a little bit of color in them, they have to be combed, and they have to just look polished. If your eyebrows are looking good, you can get away with so much less makeup on your face. I'm talking all kinds of makeup. You could probably even get away with not wearing foundation makeup if you didn't want to. But when you have eyebrows that are put together, it is amazing how much more put together your entire face looks. Now, for myself, I just use a really basic pencil that I love from the drugstore. It's a Revlon Color Stay eyebrow pencil product. And it's a cross between a pencil and a pomade because it's a little softer. And all I do is I basically just use that eyebrow pencil and it's a thinner tip. And I just use it in feather like hair strokes. And I just go along anywhere to fill in gaps. Then I'll do a little bit of color all over the brow, very light strokes. And then I will just fluff up. What's nice about products that are like a cross between pomades and pencils is they offer a little bit of hold. Now, if you don't want to add a definition or too much color to your brows, if you have hair and you like your look, you can just buy a clear eyebrow mascara or a brow mascara that matches your hair color and just use it in very light upward strokes. The idea is just to fluff up what you have because as you get older, our eyebrows do tend to get sparser. Now, if you don't have any eyebrows at all, you're probably going to want to stick to an eyebrow pencil, one of those types of pencils that are super fine that will allow you to draw like those really super fine hairline strokes. You could just, in an upward motion, brush it up. And that will also give the illusion that you have thicker, fuller eyebrows. But seriously, don't obsess too much about the eyebrows. I learned a long time ago in makeup school that brows should be sisters, not twins. When I look at the mirror and I'm like trying to match them, and I can never completely 100% match them, and that's fine. As long as you've got a little bit of color, you've got a little bit of lift, you got a little bit of fluff, that is going to make you look really pretty, really awake, more rested. It's going to go a long way. And you don't even really need eyeshadow. Now I want to talk about eyelashes. Lashes are really, in my opinion, a must do in your makeup routine. We lose the length of our eyelashes as we get older, they get lighter, they get more sparse. And if you don't have lashes, you always look a little bit more tired. You always look a little bit more like your eyes look a little more closed in. So even if you do, nothing else, you're not doing foundation, you don't want to do eyeshadow, at least pay attention to your brows for sure and pay attention to your eyelashes. There are so many mascaras out there on the market. I can't even begin to possibly recommend one for you. I'm sure you have a mascara that you like, that you enjoy. If you do, great, keep on using it. I'm going to tell you something I've been doing in my makeup routine for a while that I found has really made a huge difference. I love the look of natural eyelash extensions. I was getting eyelash extensions about 3 years ago, and I went for about 8 months straight, and I really loved the look. I just didn't like having to go get them done, and I didn't like having to pay all that money for them. So, of course, DIY me, I just did a lot of research. I tried a lot of these different DIY eyelash extension brands. I tried Lashify, I've tried a lot of different ones. And my favorites are the ones from Kiss, the natural eyelash extensions. I get these from the drugstore. I have perfected my application technique with these. I can literally go about 5 to 7 days, depending on how careful I am with them. I don't have to bother with putting on mascara every day and removing mascara every day. The only thing that I do to fluff them up and make them look fresh is I have a little wand where I just basically clamp together and then release. And what that does is it re energizes the bond of the glue that you use to get them on your lashes. And don't be afraid of DIY eyelash extensions. They come in all different styles and lengths and fullness. You can be as dramatic as you want, or you can be somewhere of a mid range natural if you like the look of my lashes. I prefer fluffy ones that look natural without looking too like eyelash strippy. And if that's your look, go for it. But that's my point. There's so many different looks and you don't have to bother with mascara every day. If you are going to try a DIY eyelash extension routine and you want those lashes to last anywhere from 3 to 7 days, you have to be strategic in that you can't just go in the shower and let a bunch of hot, steamy water run all over your eyelashes. And you have to be strategic in the way that you're washing your makeup off at night. So, what I do is I obviously perform my facial washing routine, avoiding my eye area, and I use a non oil based eye makeup remover on my eyelids and around my eyelashes. And also, what I do in addition is I use an eyelash extension cleansing soap to use on my eyelids at least twice in that week. I space it out to make sure that my eyelids and my lashes are squeaky clean because you wouldn't want to not clean your eyelashes or your eyelids for an entire week while you are wearing those eyelash extensions. That would not be sanitary and that wouldn't be something that I would recommend. So you're going to make sure that you keep those DIY eyelash extensions clean and you're going to use an oil-free eye makeup remover on the lid and around the eye. And then you're going to use a conditioning eyelash extension soap on the lashes. You can use your fingers very gently, or you can use a little eyelash cleansing extension brush. They sell them all over on Amazon. I usually don't wear as bright of a lip as I have when I'm filming. But what I do every day in my makeup routine is I use a really soft, rosy nude lipstick pencil. I love these pencils. These from LA Girl, they are awesome and they are super cheap. You can get them from Walmart or Target. And they're really nice because the color payoff is just as nice as some of the more expensive lip pencils. I don't use the tip of the pencil. I draw them on my lips using the side of the pencil, and that way I'm giving color to not only the lip line, but a little bit inside the lip as well. And that way, when I put some lip balm on to moisturize and hydrate, and then whatever gloss or lipstick I'm doing on top, everything just looks so much more soft and moisturized. Because I'm sure you've noticed as we get older, our lips chap really easy and nothing makes you look more like an old lady than to have these shriveled lips, even if they're bigger lips. So just always try to keep your lips as hydrated as you can. That's what I do. I just, before I start my makeup routine, I'll put a lip balm on, let that soak in so that when I'm doing my lips at the very end, they're really soft and they're ready for color, the lip pencil and the lipstick. So these are little things that I do in my makeup routine, things that I have taken out, little technique tweaks that I do to really just bring everything together and save my sanity. And I've found that as I've gotten older, the less that I've used in the way of products, the better I feel about myself. I think it really is a confidence boost when you know that you can use less and still look pretty, that you're not trying as hard. And one of the things, especially as an esthetician, if there are times that you can go out without makeup, I really would encourage you to try to do that. Now, I'm not saying go out without SPF because I'll never say that, but you don't have to wear foundation every single day. You really don't. It is not something that you have to put on in order to face the world or face yourself. Even just picking one day a week where do your eyebrows, put a little bit of lipstick on, mascara, your lash extensions, what have you, but you don't have to worry about covering your face with makeup every single day if you don't want to. Try that out and see how you feel. See how people react to you. I think you'll find that makeup is wonderful and makeup is such a gift, but let's not make it a crutch, something that we feel that we need to hold on to and we can't show ourselves without it. One of the most humbling experiences that you can have is filming a makeup tutorial on YouTube and starting out with absolutely no makeup on and just talking people through what you do. It's humbling because you just realize that you get a reaction when you show up barefaced and just here I am. It's such a freeing experience. It's this kind of weird thing that you can't really wrap your head around until you try it. I've given you a lot of really good techniques and things that I do, but the other thing I'm going to recommend that you do is at least once a week, just go around without makeup. Even if it's around your house, just let your skin breathe, just have your skincare on and let your real self just come through. Even if you see nobody else that day, and if you want your skin to look its best, on my website, I have skincare guides and protocols where I break down what each skin type should be doing, whether you're oily, whether you're normal, combination, acne prone skin, or you're dry. I explain everything. I talk about the basics, the minimum that you need for a really on point skincare routine. And you don't have to buy 20 bajillion things. If you don't see your skin type listed, just know that I'm building my online shop right now. If you don't see your skin type in there right now, don't worry, it will be coming. But I had such a good time putting those guides together because I love really going through everything with you so that you will know what you need to be doing and when in your skincare routine. Because underneath that makeup, our skin really needs to be healthy and we need to get it as glowing and just soft and hydrated as possible. The better and more healthy our skin is, the easier it's going to be in our makeup routine. We're not going to have to wear as much foundation. We can eliminate products like how I'm talking about eliminating that concealer. So if you want to focus on getting your skin on point, head on over to my website, check out those guides. I will link everything in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some ideas and some inspiration, ways that you can make your makeup routine less time consuming because we all got stuff to do and we all want to look good doing it. So let's try this stuff out and see how it works. Comment below and let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful week and God bless. Bye.